All right, we're starting session 9 of Light Force Curse of Strahd. And the long rest is just completed, meaning it is the start of a brand new afternoon here in Vallaki. We did our recap beforehand, so I'm okay to just get underway. Let me reveal you all here at the Wachter House. You have, man, you know, you've only been resting for quite a little while, but it feels like you've rested for a solid 6 to 8 hours. All your health has been restored and all that other good stuff. So, yeah, you find yourselves awake here at the Wachter House. Irina's in the room over. I'm sure that should you go to visit Lady Wachter, I'm sure she'd have much to hear from you, but well, what would you like to do? Floor is back in your court. Doesn't make sense. What would you like to do? Yeah.
What do we have to tell her again?
You don't have to tell her anything technically. Her mission for you was to find out more information about Baron Valakovich, Burgomaster of Vallaki, but
that's right.
You took care of the church situation first, so you technically haven't seen them yet. So you can, you don't have stuff to update her about on your primary mission with her. But I mean, you could tell her about what transpired on your way out, or you could not. It's up to you.
All right. Let's see. I guess we'll go downstairs.
May reveal some area for you. So if you want to visit her, she is through here in her sitting room. Or if you want to leave, the door is just out this way. You can sense the kitchen is to your left, the right side of the map. So you hear classic stock kitchen sounds emerging from there, pots clanging, fire burning.
Do we want to tell her about the sanctifying the church? Consecrating, rather?
I don't think that she had any real business with that.
And what reason did we have to go into that place where we let all those spawns out?
You were attempting to obtain the bones so that you could reconsecrate, so that Irina would have a solid place to stay.
That's where
your original mission coming here, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think we should head to the Burgomaster's house.
Okay. Oh, speaking of, I think Irina is present here with you. She's in the... Or did you leave her? No, you left her at the church, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah,
to clarify, don't we have 2 things to do at the Burgomaster's? Like...
Yes, he has a... what you're probably looking for is... He also has a library. And you sense that that is where you can provide... I think it's where you can get... I believe your second hook involves his library and obtaining more information about the... I want to say it's the instruments that you might be able to find more information about in his library.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I have it written down.
All right,
yes, the Instrument of Order in the Home of Dragons. And I think we were told that Argenvostolt is something that we could learn about from Burgomaster Vargas.
Okay, cool. Glad that checks out then. Yes.
So we'll interrogate him for that, and then after that, we'll betray him and get information on it.
Or if you betray him first... Wait, never mind. Okay, well, checks out. Then in that case...
We'll have one of us We'll have one of us question him about what Brad was just talking about, and then I'll betray him and look for all the gossip on his ass.
Nice.
Simultaneously. Peak efficiency.
Nice. All right, then it sounds like you don't have any reason to visit Lady Wachter, so it sounds like I'll just be taking you over to the next map.
Awesome. I wasn't paying attention to any of that. So we're going to kill the male, right?
That's correct.
Awesome. Sharpen's knife.
All right, let me take you over to the next
Sharpen's
map then.
bullet.
You should find yourselves in the, unless it is not showing up for you all, because I'm seeing it's not showing up for the camera. Well, that's unfortunate. Give me just a sec.
I found me.
Alright, and the specific thing we want to find evidence for is what he did to Fiona's daughter Stella.
That is one thing. That's the more personal aspect for her. She's obviously looking for pretty much anything that could be considered damnable for the dude, but like she does have personal stakes that she admitted to, and that being her daughter Stella. Once again, sorry, give me just a moment. I have to do the thing where I turn on and then turn off dynamic lighting. You know how it is. Then turn on standard fog of war. All right, now that should do it. All right, you should find yourselves on the bottom right of the map.
The dog that I have control over.
Oh yeah, sorry about the dog. Let me just shoot.
Give that back.
Wish I could, but you all did not rescue the dog from the death house, so you have no access to the dog.
Did we not?
There was a dog at the death house?
Yes, it was in the room
Oh,
under
yeah,
the harpsichord, but neither of you rolled high enough to. I was
That's
too
right.
afraid of both of you.
I rescued the mimic. Much more important.
All right. Let me see. I'll read off a description to you real quick, but let me pull it up first. What are you saying?
That dog is dead now.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Poor dead doggo.
All right. You're in the town of Vallaki. You're at the Burgomaster's mansion. All right. This mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. Actually, I'm sorry. There should be some guards posted out front, so let me post this here. And let me pull out some guards real quick. And let me back you up a little.
Oi.
Also, in case it matters, to the left of the building, you do see a different building. You'll see that not far behind the Burgomaster's mansion stands a fortress-like complex that brims with authority. The two-story building is supported by a tall stone lookout tower, atop which you catch the faintest glimpses of guards peering out over Vallaki. The front of the building bears two giant wooden doors that sit heavily in their frames. That description is right here. But right now you are in the frontmost building, and this one appears to be the Burgomaster's mansion. And you have eyes on you in the form of these guards here are kind of like out front at their posts. Back to you all.
What time of day is it?
I'm going to say it's late afternoon, probably between 4 and 6.
Afternoon?
Afternoon. What brings you here to see the Burgomaster? The guard above says.
I'd like to. We have some questions to ask him, including some information that he might have in his library.
The Burgomaster is a busy man. He shan't be bothered by questions and nerds.
No, we tried. No. Let's see. I'm glad I didn't try because that would have probably not hit a guard.
You'd be surprised. Let me find out. Interesting. It doesn't have an AC. How about here? Yeah. You know what? I take back what I said about you might be surprised.
Yeah, I haven't looked at a guard stat block in a while, but I assume they have decent AC.
Yeah, for some reason I assumed they had 11. I was sorely mistaken. It's their health.
So you're saying I can kill them in one hit? Anyway, All right, listen. I wanted to keep it on the down low, but we have important information that could affect the fate of Barovia, and the Burgomaster needs to hear about it.
Give me your choice of persuasion or deception. I don't know what you're going for here. Deception.
I'm talking out of my ass.
I don't know. You might have something that's actually important for the, like the hey, we reconsecrated the church. There's something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be at least somewhat valuable.
My persuasion is the same skill, so.
All right. He'll say, oh, well, I mean, if you have to let the Burgomaster know, you've got to let the Burgomaster know. Just make sure that you put in a good word for me, Gregory. My name's Gregory. Please let him know who let you in, and he'll go ahead and knock on the door in a secret way of knocking. It goes do 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 do. It must be some strange, Vallakian way of knocking. Before long, the doors open for you, revealing a maid who will usher you both in, as in a please come in. Gregory here tells me you have to see the Burgomaster. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Indeed.
Right, let me see if I've got something to read for you here real quick, as you have just entered Area A. All right, so for this first room, before she ushers you both in with the invitation farther, framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long, carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped up against the walls. And with this description, the maid will say, please, if you're here to see the Burgomaster, I ask that you, she kind of walks over this way, wait here in the waiting room, she'll say, and she'll open this door into the room beyond.
Ooh.
All right, let me read off the description for you for room E. Padded chairs and couches line the walls of this cozy carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. She'll say, the Burgomaster will be with you shortly, but until then, I will have the lady of the house stop by to keep you company. I shall take my leave. She nods and bows just a little bit before, would she close the door? She'll close the door a little bit, and then she'll resume her post over here.
Yeah, I was about to say, if she is going to close the door, Carrion would invisibly make his way out of the room before she does.
Sure, works for me. All right. Carrion has the lay of the land. You have a few moments before the lady of the house does show up. What would any of you 3 or 4 like to do?
Probably not much we're looking for in this room. We can take a look, but there's probably not any damning evidence in here, people say. We do have Carrion outside the room if we want him to snoop around.
That seems like a wise idea.
No, opening doors might be suspicious.
Might be best to avoid that.
Carrion will fly up the stairs.
All right. Let me reveal what's upstairs real quick. Yes, let me go ahead and reveal that portion here on the map. And Carrion is free to move to the second floor of the map, which is located a little bit farther up. Let me know if you need me to move up there as for you. But until then, you'll see that the staircase climbs 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery that continues towards the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and red silk drapes cover a 10-foot tall arched window of what appears to be leaded glass. Let me get this description to you right there.
Leaded glass. Take a note of that. Out of curiosity, I don't know if I would even have any way of knowing this, but do the walls look to be made or infused with any kind of lead?
That's a good question. I don't believe it tells me anything about that. It's a good question, though.
Because Keith, being a spellcaster, would probably note that a lot of detection spells are stopped by lead. I don't know if that's an intentional design of the windows.
True.
Worth thinking about. Is this an open doorway?
That is some sort of hallway, and I'll get to you just in a moment. It might be time for... I'll reveal a little bit for you, but then I will get back to you all at the bottom, as the lady has just arrived. Yeah, I'll give Carrion one more move up here.
Well, let's see. Let's see what's down this hallway.
Let me reveal that for you right here.
I see more doors.
Indeed.
Well, I'll take note of the layout of the upper floor, and then he'll probably fly down this staircase as you cut to whatever else it was.
Okay. Let me actually reveal where you would end up for Carrion right over here. While that happens, the lady of the house will step through. And she'll say, she's got like a tight smile on her lips, and she'll say, "Hello, welcome to our home. I hear you are here to see my husband," she'll say.
Yes, we are.
That's quite interesting. May I ask what business you have with my husband, she'll say, continuing to smile.
I'm doing some research into some important artifacts, and I was pointed in his direction.
Ah, that's interesting, she'll say. She'll actually walk between you two as she is interested in... She'll like put a hand on this chair and so please. Sorry, she'll say, please have a seat, and you should begin soon.
I'm gonna read on this lady. What are the cut of her jib?
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Sorry, what were you saying?
Can't tell if she's making fun of me or if she's just not all there in the head.
Oh, you can roll me insight.
Well,
Man, this lady is single. Wait, hold on, that's incorrect. I follow someone on Tumblr who has a player character who has romanced this lady successfully. They're very cute together. That's what you're able to glean with your foreign insight, that your DM follows someone on Tumblr.
I see. Take note. Oh, I guess I should say, Gregory was very helpful outside. Good on him.
Oh, yes, that is good of him, you'll say. She kind of like looks between you two, like every now and then. Like first she'll look at Julian, and then she'll look at Eve. She still
Nice
has a
place
bit of a
you got here.
smile. She'll say, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate such compliments."
I feel we did not get your name, miss.
Oh, my sincerest apologies. My name is Lydia Velakovich. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. She'll rise from her seat, grab the sides of her skirt, and do a short little curtsy. And she'll say, "Forgive me. My manners are not. I have misplaced my manners. What are your names?" She'll say.
You can call me Keith.
My name is Julius Alvana, and Julius gives a little bow when he says it.
All right, she'll say, "It's a pleasure to meet you both." Were you about to
You
ask?
paste her name.
Yes. Lydia. Okay, it's Lydia for sure. Let me just double check to see if she kept her last name.
If she's
Oh.
one of those feminists.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, her name is Lady Lydia Petrovna, which should sound familiar to you all because I believe it might have been in a letter that you have come across on your travels.
Oh, fuck me. I don't know.
That's okay. That's fair.
We have Letto. I do know that. But
Oh yeah, letter to Mrs. Petrovna. Don't have any notes on it. Just know that I have one.
Mhm.
we have a letter from the windmill to Vallaki, from Morgantha to Lisa. So I guess Brad has the letter to Lydia.
No worries. I shall re-procure the letter for you.
What was that?
I shall re-procure the letter for you.
Nah.
Right. I believe this is correct. My dear Mrs. Petrovna, your advice on dealing with the unwanted fiend in my home is very good advice indeed. Tonight's ceremony will proceed as planned when the moon is at its highest peak, without, of course, the attendance of Mr. Durst. I must agree with you that yes, with such an innocent sacrifice, our proceedings may have better results, although innocent is not quite the term I would use. My thanks, Mrs. Elizabeth Durst, obtained from the death house. It was present on in the jewelry box in the master bedroom.
Is that where we fought the ghouls?
That it,
Yeah.
I think it might have been on the same floor, but it was oh no. That's on the lower floors. This is on one of the upper floors.
Alright. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that now. Gotcha. Just it,
So maybe we don't want to bring this up to Lydia.
Oh, I found a letter for it now. Elizabeth Durst, and Dursts were the
The dead people.
owners of the house. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the owners of the house, the cultists, the people who just kind of left their children to starve to death.
And we killed Mrs. Durst.
She was undead.
Killed, re-killed,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Minor technicalities.
catching-
All right, you've got one
All
moment.
right. So this is a super untrustworthy lady. Got it.
Politicians, what are you gonna do?
Right. You got one moment before the Baron himself appears.
The Baron and a Burgomaster.
You know what? I'm not quite sure. I can't tell if this is his title, his first name.
Baron von Burgomaster.
God, it's like fucking Fjord King Bradley.
I was just thinking
shit.
it.
God,
First name King.
just fuck them
title.
up for that one.
Well, it's not for long.
Oh, this guy looks trustworthy.
Yeah, you should see his wife's original token.
People talk about fucking like Rose and Thorn looking untrustworthy. Holy shit!
Yeah, let me just show you her token real quick.
Come on. They're both cast in ominous shadows, and they even have evil expressions. The Burgomaster looks like he is actively like angling his face down to like look up at us
Kubrick
over.
stare.
What?
Kubrick stare, hold on.
Isn't that the nodding guy?
Yeah, this works, but it's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, that. Exactly that expression.
All right.
One of Stanley Kubrick's most recognizable directorial techniques, a method of shot composition where a character stares at the camera.
All right. So the Burgomaster will step in and say, "All right, I hear someone needs to talk to me. All right, lay it on me. What do you people have to say?"
What did we have to say?
Oh,
Well, keep-
right. Based on, I mean, yeah. No, sorry, go ahead.
Keith will say, I'll get right to the point then. I'm looking for a location known as the House of Dragons, and when I asked about it, I was pointed towards you. It sounded like you would know something about it or have that information on hand.
You pointed to me? I mean, I appreciate whoever pointed you to me, as yes, I am quite knowledgeable, but who are you?
Oh, you can call me Keith.
Keith,
Just
Keith what? Keith
I
Macintosh? Keith.
never really got a last name. You can call me whatever you like, I suppose.
And then who are you? He says, looking over at Julius.
Julia Salvana. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ah, that's a right and proper name. It's nice to meet you too. Are you also here for knowledge?
I am merely accompanying my associate.
Okay. All right. I see. Look, I wish I could help you, he says, looking to Keith. I appreciate, again, yeah, I'm knowledgeable. I probably have what you're looking for, but I've got a lot going on here. Vampires are raging through town. I've got a lot of fires to put out, both literally and figuratively. We've got the big festival tomorrow. I'm so sorry. I don't think I have time for what you've got going.
Well, as for the vampires rampaging through town, we're actually the ones who took care of that.
Oh? That was you? And
Yep.
you? Really?
We also reconsecrated the church.
What?
Yeah, someone messed with the bones of the an old. I'm asking a set of characters. He was like an old cleric or something.
Oh, the bones of Saint Andril himself.
I don't think that part was supposed to be like public knowledge.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, because he's looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, right, the bones. Well, good job taking care of the bones. Yes. But the vampires, you said. How did you deal with vampires? You could demonstrate on my wife. I like you. I mean, whether you're laughing was, real or not. Okay, anyway. He'll say, yeah, tell me, how did you... Oh, wait, are you actually attacking him?
No.
Okay. So he looks quite curious. He's like rubbing his hands together. So how did you dispatch of those vampires, if you don't mind me asking? You'll see him like call out into the halls like... I'll say, Melody, clear my schedule for the next 2 hours. All right, so, you took care of those vampires, did you?
Yeah,
Indeed.
well, since he seems so interested, I guess Keith will go into detail about how he uses shadowy powers to take them out.
Shadowy powers,
Oh,
you
and-
say? Yes, interesting. And where,
Or
pray
fighting
tell,
them with
did you obtain such shadowy powers?
Yeah, let's not like just outright just like come out and be like, oh yeah, all of our power is sourced from the occult. My associate here is a vampire. Let's not like walk around with name tags from Strahd's personal organization now.
Oh, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not associated with any malicious entities or anything like that. My powers just manifest in a way that looks kind of spooky.
Well, I would certainly be convinced.
he kind of squints at you, and he'll like sit at this chair over here. It's like, right, manifests itself that way. I've heard stuff like that before.
I'm not evil. I
His
swear.
shadows
It's
doing
just
that.
all of my powers look incredibly evil. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
As a brief aside here, Carrion, you've discovered the kitchen.
Arian eats the kitchen staff.
I mean, if they're commoners, I could pretty easily take them out. But let's plan B or C.
Right. So I'm going to ignore what you said about the shadowy powers for now. You're telling me you use these shadowy powers to, what is it, overpower the vampires?
More or less. These were, I believe, spawns.
Technically, yes.
Spots. I heard someone who didn't seem very spawny was running around also, galloping around, clopping. Clopping's the right word, right?
Does that sound familiar to us?
That's the person that kicked our ass.
Right.
Person who had a nightmare and was the only person to like still be conscious at the end of the shit in the church.
Yes. We managed to chase her off when we consecrated the church. She didn't. It seemed that once the bones were back in place, her evil nature was came at odds with the energies of the church, and she was forced to leave.
Ah, yes, evil nature, you know, inherent creatures such as that. That's just how it works. So, the bones are, you hear him say under his breath, the bones are a real thing. Okay. Well,
I heard that, huh? Okay. Note to self: assassinate Burgomaster.
okay. Well, good work. So bones, you did the bone thing, and she fled like a little bitch. I see. Okay. All right. Nice work.
Familiar with that one? The one riding the horse?
I mean, he like looks around. But he like squints and thinks to himself. He's like, how many people saw the individual on the horse? If you know, did you see? He says, pointing at Julius.
I feel threatened all of a sudden.
Did you see He's asking me if I saw the woman on the horse?
Yes.
Yes, of course. I was also there.
He lowers his head so his chin is resting on his hands that are clasped together. He's like, interesting.
I didn't get it. So when I heard him mumbling about so the bones are real, can I surmise his emotional intent with regards to that discovery?
Sure, go ahead and give me a new insight roll.
I should have taken proficiency in insight, because this is really, I'm having to use this a lot.
This is a very you are in the most politically intense climate within the Valley of Barovia. So he thought you were making up some sort of bullshit when you first mentioned the bones, but now that you've mentioned the fact that you've been able to drive off one of the vampires, specifically the one that was on the nightmare through use of the bones, he's like, all right, I'm listening. But he's trying to come off as he's been listening the whole time.
Okay. Gotcha. Good to know.
He'll say, oh no, go ahead.
As you can see, we've been up to some pretty important business, which is why I asked you to take some time out of your busy day to help me out with this with this business.
Oh, yes, of course. My day is not actually all that busy. Yes, actually, I am more than happy to let you look through my library to gain the information that you need. I just need a little, what is that phrase? You scratch my back, I scratch yours situation. It's nothing big. It's really just keeping an eye on someone. That's all.
Keep an eye on someone, huh?
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Well, you see, as Burgomaster for the greatest city in Barovia, I am involved in many measures that protect us from the devil on high. My festivals have proven quite effective for quite a while in my efforts to root out all evil in Vallaki. And I believe there is a source of great evil within this very city. The abhorrent Lady Wachter.
Wachter, you say?
That's right. This woman has brazenly stopped attending my festivals that are important to keep us safe from the devil, claiming thin but acceptable excuses that she must stay at home to care for her daughter. I suspect that she's not just a devil worshiper, but also a practitioner of dark magic, and is the cause behind... He kind of looks at his wife sympathetically. The cause behind the disappearance of some of my house staff. She were some... Sorry, go ahead.
Just like, I was just going, in response to the incredibly obviously suspicious claims.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Keith get the idea that he believes these claims he's making?
I should hope not.
If you can keep that insight check if you would prefer, you can roll me a new one. If you don't believe that 17 would be enough.
I'll stick with a 17.
The 17 is enough for you to realize that he does believe these claims. He is of the belief that this Lady Wachter is an abhorrent individual who is a devil worshiper.
Thick plottins.
Mm-hmm.
I see. He's not evil or malicious. He's just incredibly stupid.
Hey, that's pretty evil, or that's pretty dangerous, right?
He's a right-wing conspiracy nut. That's what's going on.
Those
Okay.
filthy liberals at the Wachter house will pay.
Well, it's time to finally enact all of the liberal fantasies.
Excuse me.
Just like a liberal. Roll a 1 on the initiative.
So true.
And that name actually sounds familiar. What does she look like?
Oh, well, she looks like this, and he'll pull.
Just a 1,000-year door. She looks like this. It's just a picture of her in the speech bubble.
He like has like a locket on his necklace. Yeah, that's funny. But like he has like a locket on his necklace and it says "I heart Lady Wachter," and his wife has the same necklace.
I thought it sounded familiar. No,
He says,
I could. Yeah, So you need us to keep an eye out on her?
"Yes. Normally I would be able to handle the situation myself. However, her upper class status and general acceptance by other prominent Vallakian families has made that impossible. I just need proof of Fiona's treachery. If you help me take her down, my library is yours for the reading."
I see. So, what? You mentioned she uses the excuse that she's staying home to take care of her daughter all day.
What happened to her daughter?
That's a good question. Give me just a moment.
You know, it's the darndest thing. She actually hired us to spy on you.
All right.
Tell you what. Double her offer.
Oh, ayo.
We get paid up front, and then we kill you. Disregard that last part.
Okay. What was the outstanding question? If I could ask you to rephrase it for me or to repeat it for me.
So you said she was. The excuse she was using is that she was taking care of her daughter, you said. And then I believe Julius asked what happened to her daughter.
It requires her constant care.
Let's see. I think he's gonna phrase it like this. Well, that makes it sound like he's the one who's choosing his words carefully. I think I'm going to phrase it like this. You know, the machinations in that woman's mind, sometimes they catch me off guard. First, she proposes her daughter be wed to my son. And then I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the proposed marriage, the wedding, was called off, and it seems like Stella is unwell in a way. I'm sure I too would be if I had Lady Fiona Wachter as my mother.
Is he really not sure what happened?
It seems like he doesn't have all the pieces. He might have some reservations. He definitely doesn't know what the answer is. He's got working theories. He's hoping his primary theory that it's something involving Fiona is correct. He has the semblance of doubt because there is the small chance that he could be wrong. And that the call is indeed coming from inside the house.
His son's a vampire spawn and he doesn't want to accept it. It's like that priest dude.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Aha!
We're
You
gonna-
discovered! He reveals that he's Father Doru in his disguise.
I believe I still have the second bottle of... Yeah, I still got the other bottle of Red Dragon Crush wine, so we'll find out the hard way if his son is in fact a vampire spawn.
Well, what do you need us to do exactly? Go to her place and look around for evidence?
Yes, evidence would be nice. I swear to you, she keeps the basement in her home. I know that's where strange meetings must be taking place. Meetings of an occult nature.
Mm-hmm. Remind me, was the basement off limits when we were at her house?
I don't think we have a hold about a basement.
Yes,
Does she even have a basement?
that sounds correct. You are not. I don't believe I provided information to you whether it's to know for sure whether she even has a basement.
Mhm. Let's see.
I mean, hard evidence would be nice. One does not need to look far to realize that she is indeed a devil worshiper. She uses the devil's name openly, in vain, which makes it quite difficult to protect this town from the devil. I hope you
Singular
realize.
devil. So you're talking about.
Talking about
That-
Strahd,
Yeah. Okay.
which I do not say in character because it's just
Thank you for
kind of gonna
clarifying. I appreciate it.
shoot this whole interaction in the foot.
Sure.
I do want it to, for the record, I do want it to be known that Julius finds it incredibly stupid that all of these people refer to him exclusively as the devil.
Sure.
Yeah. In a world in which devils are a very real and documented thing.
Yeah, like, if nothing else, maybe these guys don't know that devils are an actual real thing. Like, it could be forgiven for a person to, like, not actually ever have to deal with actual devils or demons and assume that they're not real. But Julius is a vampire and is multiple hundreds of years old, so he's like he's aware, but also he's got a whole lot of pride as a vampire. So he's just like, don't you fucking like lump us in with those, you piece of shit.
But yes, it is untoward that Fiona keeps using the devil's name in vain. That is proof enough that she is harboring ill will towards our very city, our way of life, as the last bastion of safety against the devil.
Out of character, did she ever refer to Strahd as Strahd to us? I don't recall.
I actually don't remember if you even brought up that particular subject around her.
I have a hard time believing that anyone in this stupid city would go against that. I mean, it's like they established right at the outset that it's literally illegal to say Strahd. So, like, if she's trying to, like, usurp this guy, it feels like it would be a weird move to start by, like, breaking a law that everyone observes, you know?
That's valid. I will say I'm pretty sure she didn't, only because I was kind of... There's a separate paragraph here for if Strahd comes up in conversation, and I don't think I had to use it with you all because it was kind of like you just discussed the whole Burgomaster situation, and of course, you know, you all are welcome to stay. You mentioned Stella, but I don't think Strahd was actually brought up. At least in a way that where she would say the devil or Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know, out of quick curiosity, is a Carrion interested in checking out any of these doors here?
Let's see. Yeah, fuck it, why not? He'll start opening doors.
All right, you're working on room Q, which let me just pull this up real quick. N4Q.
I'm gonna guess that the locked
Okay, no.
room is the library, but we'll see.
It's N3Q. So you'll see that an iron tub with clawed feet stands against the back wall. Neatly folded towels rest atop a table near the door.
Bathroom. Closed door. Try this one, which appears to also have a door leading to the bathroom.
All right. This room smells of powder and fine perfume. A vanity with a mirror stands against one wall next to a faceless wooden mannequin wearing a white bridal gown. Mounted on another wall is a full-length mirror with a gilded frame. A door in one corner leads to a guard robe. Let me paste this description for you right now.
Does that mirror look like the mirror in her room, or is it just a different mirror?
It does look like that mirror in Vienna's room.
And that mirror was fucked up in a way that I don't remember. What was it like? I looked inside and there was something weird going on.
I think so. I don't remember exactly what it was. but I remember asking you what Carrion's alignment was.
Yeah. Yeah, Carrion will look in this one too. Why not? And we'll let Keith know that he's got a familiar looking mirror in his, or perhaps his wife's makeup room.
Okay. I'm gonna say right now that oh right, because Carrion is visible, like in general.
He's invisible unless
Okay.
I believe he only becomes visible if he attacks or casts a spell or something.
Okay. I'm gonna say for now the mirror doesn't reveal anything untoward. It kind of shows you the rest of the room.
That makes sense. Until it attacks or until its concentration ends, as if concentrating on a spell. Okay. In that case, I'll try this door.
All right. So let's see, room O. Time has faded the grandeur of this master bedroom. The furnishings have lost some of their color and splendor. A short pole rope hangs from a wooden trapdoor in the ceiling. Oh, sorry, let me actually reveal the room for you. There you go.
Ooh. And I'm closing the doors behind me, by the way.
Okay.
Short pole rope hangs from a wooden trap door in the ceiling. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Apparently it told me
Ooh.
to read that out to you.
Duly noted. Try this door.
Oh, interesting. Cloaks, coats, gowns, and other fancy apparel hang from hooks in this closet. Arranged on low shelves are many fine shoes, slippers, and boots.
Ooh. Is there a fancy lockbox in this closet?
There is unfortunately no fancy lockbox in that closet.
Curses. Another time then.
Curse of Strahd.
Ah,
I'll close the door.
okay.
Open this one. Make my way back out into the hallway.
Okay.
I suppose I'll continue checking out the doors in turn.
All right. As you're going around this way, let's get back to the others on the first floor. So yes, the Burgomaster has tasked you with finding out more about Lady Fiona Wachter. Hopefully something that can prove that she truly is up to that evil that she's up to. You know how it be. And of course, should you be willing to do that, you'd have access to the Burgomaster's library.
Certainly. Would I need to keep an eye on her before I'm allowed access to the library?
That's a good question. I would like you to. Are you asking me that out of character? I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you'd also ask it in character.
All right. I would like you to roll me a persuasion check.
Big money, no whammies. That's a whammy.
Oh. All right. Let me get this one going over here.
But I have advantage because I want to.
Actually, do you not have any inspiration?
I do not currently have
That's
inspiration. I
unfortunate.
think I used the last session for something. Oh yeah, I used it to attempt to avoid being charmed.
Oh, true. Yes. Okay. All right. So he'll say,
Hola.
as much as I would like to, dear friend, especially as a reward for taking care of those vampires, I insist that it is merely a show of good faith. Simple task, once completed, will allow you free reign of my entire library, the largest in all of Barovia, I gather.
I see. Fair enough.
You can tell he's probably wrong about it being the largest library, but He at least likes to think so.
Well, we can certainly look into that for you.
Okay, let me just check something real quick. There might be an alternative method. But I think there might not be. Okay. There is a more roundabout way of doing it that involves like a side quest, but it's a little less efficient. But like you know, like for the main quest is one color, but you can see for a simple side quest is like a yellow exclamation mark above his head. But otherwise, he is happy to have you around.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, Keith will say, "Well, we can certainly do that for you." I guess we do. I guess we do have some things to discuss. Do you mind if we stay in this waiting room for a bit? The decoration is lovely. It's good for stimulating the mind.
Oh yes, of course, of course. Oh, I have just remembered actually. If you know, while I do believe the primary culprit for the disappearing staff of mine to be Fiona herself, if you are able to ascertain that their disappearance is caused by something else, that would also warrant you full access to my library. He's like, it's Fiona, but you know, there's a 2% chance I could be wrong. If you happen to figure out what happened to my staff.
How many staff have you lost, by the way?
I've lost 2 of my staff.
Were they guards, house hands?
I believe one was a maid for sure. Let me just double check some additional things. Burgomaster's mansion.
I like the idea that he's saying that.
Right?
It's like, I don't really know who it was. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't noticed anyone missing. I've been told that people are missing. I don't really pay attention, but...
Oh, the butler and the Baroness's lady-in-waiting. He'll mention that he's charged his captain of the guard, Eviction Strahd, with finding out what happened to them, but investigation isn't necessarily his strong suit. The Burgomaster will stress that the Izek's strengths lie elsewhere.
Enforcer, got it.
Gotcha.
When did your house staff go missing?
He'll say that they've gone missing within the past week. Perhaps like one closer to the beginning of the last week, and then one again later in the week. It's hard to say for sure. It doesn't give me anything other than vanished in the past week.
Did they have any specific dealings in the past week? Did they go off the land? Did you have any house guests? Was Ms. Walkdaw here visiting on any official business between those times or before that?
That's a good set of questions.
Help us narrow down the investigation.
That's a good question. He'll say that Lady Fiona would not have been allowed on the grounds. She is certainly allowed at the Reformation Center behind the building, but she's not allowed on this building itself. He does not believe either the butler or the Baroness's lady-in-waiting have left the property. You know, they technically don't have reason to leave unless they are tasked with like procuring supplies you know, like cooking supplies and all that stuff. That was not something that they were involved with. So as far as he could tell, they've been there this whole time. And you are more than welcome to go through their belongings to double check. Their belongings are in the room that's to your left, actually. That's where the staff stays. Yes, that one right there.
Good to know.
But yeah, he'll go ahead and step out. If you have any further questions, you are free to ask him or to have retroactively asked him while he was here. He is going to retire to his study for a moment. I will begin his process up. The floor belongs to either Julius and Keith or to Carrion.
I think Keith will telepathically tell Carrion that the Burgomaster is coming up and to keep an eye out for him. So in fact, yeah, I think Carrion will wait to see which room the Burgomaster goes into.
Okay. Sure. I'll allow that to happen. So he'll make his way up. While this is happening, I'll give it over then to Keith and Julius in case they have anything to say before the Burgomaster makes his way inside somewhere.
I guess we'd probably just go into the closet.
You're looking for the room with their belongings, was it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
Well, let me reveal that to you right now. This room contains 4 simple beds and an equal number of plain wooden trunks. I'm just going to tell you right now that a quick look through the trunks allows you to, you know, should you desire to, allows you to determine that pretty much, if you look at that, let's just imagine they have the bottom 2. The top 2 beds and their trunks, which presumably belong to existing staff, are still, they're like mostly full. You can tell there's like, imagine there's like 6 outfits in there. So perhaps the 7th outfit would be the one that they're wearing right now. You'll notice that the chests belonging to the bottom 2 beds are still just as full as the other ones. 6 outfits, all manner of unimportant personal effects and other such knickknacks, and like maybe like a box of matches. Like just there's normal stuff in here, the kind of stuff you would find like you know maybe a mess kit. Only thing that seems to be missing from the bottom ones are just like a single outfit, kind of like the top ones are.
Presumably the ones that these staff members are wearing or were wearing when they disappeared.
Interesting.
A quick jump up to Carrion up here. So the Burgomaster is actually going to swing over to this room at the very top. You'll see that he's kind of like listening in through the door. And then he's going to go ahead and... Well, he doesn't listen for long. I saw you move closer. Are you interested in getting closer?
If it looks like he's about to move away, probably not.
Okay.
I don't want to bump into him, but
All right, he's going to actually move away at this point, and he's going to retire into this room here on the left.
Ooh. Well, once he's in there, Carrion will go down here and try and listen in.
Ooh, okay. Can you give me a perception check for Carrion?
Man, I wish Imp said perception. 14.
Okay, you hear like a breathing coming from the other side of this room. Other side of this door. Oh, let me actually explain the door for you.
Mhm.
You see, let me get this right. You'll notice that the door is locked. It also has a deadbolt on the outside, on the side that you're looking at. The deadbolt's on this side.
Carrion will telepath telepath this info, and Keith will share it with Julius. Wonder if that's where Stella is. Is that her name? Yeah, Stella.
Stella is Walkdor's daughter, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
So Stella wouldn't be here. Stella would be back at the Walkdor house.
Well, we were tasked with finding out what happened to Stella, meaning she, like, as I understood it, Fiona doesn't actually know what happened to Stella, and she thinks the Burgomaster might be involved.
Oh.
Yes, but Stella's not gone. Stella's
Yeah.
like been bedridden.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Fiona basically cites staying at home to take care of her daughter. So unless she's, I think,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My running theory, because of the whole Stella's bedridden and I don't know why thing, my theory is that the Burgomaster's son, who she was like betrothed to in like an uneasy alliance, is a vampire or a vampire spawn. So my guess, and that's the reason then why there's that one room in the Walkdor house that's like off limits that Julius told like scratching in. My guess is that Stella was turned into a vampire spawn herself. And by extension, my guess then is that this door that has the deadlock, that has the padlock on the outside, you said, right?
Yes, that's correct. There's like a deadbolt on the outside.
Yeah. My guess then is that this room is where the Burgomaster's son is, and that he's like got his son under lock and key because he's acting weird, but he doesn't want to jump to the conclusions of, oh, my son's a vampire.
Ooh, I want to open the door so bad.
And is thus hiding behind. No, it is the children who are wrong. I mean Fiona. It's Fiona who are wrong.
I'll save that door for last then. I'll try this door.
Julius doesn't necessarily know all that because he didn't. I think that I think that he like heard the scratching sound and then like I rolled like insight or something and then he rolled poorly, so he just went like
And that was different from the room with all the cats in it?
Yes, that was a different room.
Yeah, it was a room that you technically, I believe, didn't actually enter.
Correct.
Nothing here seems unusual. I don't trust that sentence in a D&D description at all.
So to recap for those who aren't reading this particular portion for whatever reason, this handsomely appointed room contains a canopied bed, a low bookshelf, and a full-length mirror in a wooden frame on the wall across from the door. Set into the north wall is an arched window of leaded glass. Nothing here seems unusual.
Well, shit, if nothing seems unusual, I guess I'll leave.
Investigate everything. Meta the shit out of that game.
Does this mirror look familiar?
This mirror does not look familiar. As much as I would love for this mirror to look like the others, this does not look familiar.
Cool. Good to know. All right. Well, I'll leave. I have no reason to, aside from metagaming that last sentence, I probably wasn't going to investigate further.
Okay.
How about this door on the right? Does the dot mean it's locked?
The dot normally means it's locked via vanilla. As per the mod I've applied to this, it is not locked.
Ooh. I will open it then.
All right, room J. I just have to quick question. Can I ask you both to give physical descriptions of yourself again?
Keith and Julius?
Yes, please.
Keith is a scarecrow, about like 5'8", 5'9", something like that. He's visibly like probably recognizable as like some kind of warforged or other construct. Wearing like mainly dark clothing.
Okay.
Julius looks like this.
Alright, pull up Discord. Nice. God, I wish I had this outfit in real life.
Mood.
All right, I'm gonna.
Orientation gay.
Yep.
I have an important.
That was locked in when I bought the character. I don't have any choice about that.
All right. I have an important meta question for y'all. I need a volunteer. So normally, if this were a larger party, I would be able to kind of figure out who would be voluntold for this particular segment, but I need a volunteer. And by volunteer, I mean specifically any one of your characters to volunteer.
Yes, Keith can volunteer. Don't charm me again.
Actually, I'm so sorry to ask this. Can you both give me just a cursory, like a quick summary of what's happened in your life until now? You know, like a whole, I was orphaned at a young age, reared by monks for the first like 150 years of my life. For the next 270 years of my life, I attended a wizard school, that kind of thing. Or I don't have any memory of my first 30 years of living, that kind of stuff. If that'd be okay.
Came into existence as a construct animated by a spellcaster to serve as a scarecrow and general servant of a family of drow. A period of time during which he was not sentient or self-aware. He was just a construct. But eventually something happened that I haven't narrowed down exactly, and these days he is no longer a servant for that family, and he is self-aware.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's enough for you to go on, but that's about all I've thought of.
That works for me. A quick follow-up question before I ask for Julian's is, wait, you said you look like a general warforged, so I assume you don't look like your classic like Strawfield.
I mean,
or
he is made of. He is like Strawfill. He is like made of wood and straw and such. But I more meant like he is visibly a construct.
Yeah.
He's not organic.
I got you.
I mean, he's made of organic material, but you know what I mean.
Okay, I see. All right, and then if yes, okay, that works for me.
I'm gonna level with you. I didn't really. This is probably one of the characters that has the least thought in their backstory ever that I've come up with. Julius. Let's see. Julius was turned into a vampire some time ago. I never narrowed down when. And he has been part of a clan or clade or what have you of vampires since then that have instilled in him his very strict code and pride as a vampire. He has been with them for I don't know how long, and basically one day when he had, I guess, grown in strength and confidence enough after hearing about Strahd, who is basically the exact opposite of everything he thinks a vampire should be. He basically, like, without real thought of the consequences or the practicality of it, basically immediately left home to go pursue this assassination attempt.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. All right. With both of those in mind, it sounds like I am going to actually go with Keith then.
I've literally put more thought into the backstory of a character concept I came up with as a joke for, like, the next character that I will probably play someday.
Ooh. Excited to see that or hear of that. Okay. Before I open this door, does anyone need a break after this next scene?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. I'll let you know at
Sure.
the end of the scene, I
Okay.
guess.
Dolls. This room is full of little dolls with that look just like Keith. Some of them dress beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, and others are arranged in neat rows on wall-mounted shelves. Still others are piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest. And what's most odd is that all the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. Let me reveal
This is the
one to
room
you.
that Carrie just opened.
This is the room that Carrion just opened.
So over telepathy, Keith just hears, and the information will be communicated along the party line.
Would you mind pasting the description for me, though?
Yes, I'm working on that right now.
All of the dolls look like character one.
Oh. Oh, all the dolls in here look like Keith.
Yes.
Amazing. Creepy. Lightning, you're rapidly switching between portraits there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Strahd. We thought you were dead.
I hear Lady Lydia narrating this.
Dolls. This room is full of pretty little dolls.
Well, that's disconcerting, Keith will say. I take it back to volunteer Julius.
For reasons I can't get into it. It makes more sense for it to be you.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, well, fine. I will investigate this room.
Okay. Go on and give me an investigation roll.
Oh yeah, the imps are great at that.
Okay.
10 plus 0. If that ain't the.
So all you're able to determine, let's see, the chest is unlocked.
Right.
There are some empty wine bottles under the bed. The label on each bears the winery's name, the Wizard of Wines, and the wine's name, Purple Grape Mash Number 3. Karen will also notice that each doll has a small tag stitched into its clothing that reads, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." Let me paste that description for you right here.
Blinsky sounds very familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
Believe you, I actually just don't remember. I'm also surprised that he doesn't.
Doll, the little doll from the death house.
Oh, thank you.
Said Blinsky on it.
Yes, that's exactly it.
The plot and fix.
How many different variations of that are you going to say in this one session?
Depends on how many times the thick.
I can see it thick. I can see it. I could see Solid Snake showing up one more time, at least.
Let's see. Could you paste the description of that, or at least just restate the description of those wine bottles?
Yes, of course. So sorry. I believe this is probably the second wine you have a specific name for. The first being that Red Dragon Crush that you still seem to have. How much of that do you have left? I mean that like mostly out of curiosity. Sorry?
I have one bottle.
One bottle.
I can poison one more vampire.
Nice. One more son.
So,
Burgomaster son.
if we just want to use it as a vampire detection device, we could potentially get a lot of them with it. If you just want to feed them like a glass.
I want to use it as an assassination tool, though. It's funny.
Yeah, fair enough.
You all are
But hey,
You're reminding
We've
me of
only seen
things.
it drank a bottle at a time. Maybe a lesser amount is enough to kill someone.
Maybe.
You sound
Try it out.
like my party who made their way to the winery. I'm not gonna get into how they obtained a lot of holy water, but they basically spiked the wine at the winery with holy water.
Fucked up.
So let's just say the economy is highly stimulated at this point. We'll see how that turns out.
Economy is highly stimulated.
All right. Well, I guess Carrion will open the chest.
All right. In the chest, you see a heap of wrinkled clothes, under which is a non-magical short sword. I guess I could have just told you it was a short sword, but I just automatically read the part. It's not in a box, so that's technically on me. But I mean, whatever.
Gotcha. So clothes and a short sword.
Mm-hmm. I will say that's probably all you can find in this room.
Yep, I assume so. All right.
Go
Well,
open the deadbolted door. Release the vampire.
I really want to see.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I shouldn't. It's not the Jedi way.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Um,
Do it. If you're torn about it, you could have the. I believe you two have thoroughly searched this room. If there's anything that you would be interested in doing down there or talking about before Carrion has to decide whether or not to work on that door or not.
Fuck, I'm going for it. Wait, you. No, I can't do that because the doors are all closed.
Oh yeah, just in addition to the deadbolt, there is also a key situation. You know what? I will say that I believe it is okay for me to say that Carrion probably would have noticed the key hanging around the Burgomaster's neck.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Finally, we have an excuse to go kill him and be done with it.
I have an idea. Let's see.
I agree. Let's go kill the Burgomaster.
Couldn't have said
In
it
the
better
last-
myself.
In the last session, Lightning
Oh boy, this is a great start to a sentence.
Lightning referenced a strategy his
Yes.
another party used, where they cast Find Familiar as a ritual, and they took advantage of the like 10-foot range to summon it on the other side of a wall. In doing my own research just now, as we were playing the session,
Mhm.
I realized that rules is written. You don't even need to bother with that. As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it'll waste your summons. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. As an action, while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you.
Actually, it was the latter that they did. I don't think they
Ah.
recast it. It was basically that, and I believe this particular section is the first time they used it.
They did it. They used it for the exact same purpose. They were also trying to clip through this wall.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me ask. Based on the
Amazing.
layout of the house, is that room within 30 feet of Keith right now?
Oh, that's interesting.
I would assume so.
Yeah, it's kind of like above you. I prefer to ask that you move like onto the bed or closer to the bed, or the one to your right. But
All right.
I'll let you do it from up there as opposed to through the door like the other party did.
All right. Keith will snap his fingers, and Carrion will poof away.
Okay.
And then he'll snap his fingers again, and Carrion will poof in.
All right. So, chained to the back wall of this otherwise empty closet is a badly beaten man, ignore the commoner token, wearing nothing but a loincloth. The iron shackles have cut into his wrists, causing blood to trickle down his hands.
Okay, does going off of Julius's theory, does he appear to be undead?
He actually, while that is a very exciting, exhilarating theory, I am strongly encouraged to say that he's not undead.
Does he look familiar? Does he bear any familial resemblance to the Burgomaster or anyone else you talked to?
What an excellent question. No, this is not his son. No, that is not any of the Wachter individuals. He does not look familiar to anyone you've met so far.
All right. Well, then this guy will simply hear out of the thin air. Hey, who are you?
Hi. Oh.
Don't worry,
Morning,
you're not
Lord.
crazy.
Is that you? Is it finally my time?
No, not yet. I'm just wondering who you are.
Oh, my name is Udo. I am but a simple shoemaker here in Vallaki.
We heard about a shoemaker? I don't think we have.
I don't
but-
think so. I think
Was his name Udo?
Udo, yeah, UDO.
Let's see. And what are you doing chained up in the Burgomaster's house?
I was arrested during the Wolf's Head Jamboree, which you all would remember is a festival that just finished upon your arrival. It's what the signs originally said before they got replaced with signs declaring the Festival of the Blazing Sun coming up tomorrow. I was arrested during the Jamboree for carrying a sign that suggested that the Vallakians should feed the Baron to the wolves. It was but a joke, and here I am.
Huh. I think Carrion's inclined to believe him, but do I get any sense that he's being dishonest?
While it's not out of the question, it's not out of the realm of possibility for this to be a strange and unwell individual mentally, it is more likely that he is telling the truth here, based on mannerisms and other such things.
So you were arrested for this joke, and you're being held in a closet in the Burgomaster's house?
Yes, but much better to be here than in the Reformation Center, am I right?
What's the Reformation? Is that where most
We've
people
all
go?
done it.
Oh,
We've heard about the Reformation Center.
okay.
We've heard that it's ostensibly a better a better version of prison, but in reality, it's like a significantly worse version of prison.
How
I
incredibly
don't
accurate.
remember that. Where'd we hear that from?
I don't recall.
So, it's a combination of two things. It's primarily Lady Fiona Wachter might have mentioned it. Basically, she wants you to get any information about the Burgomaster, whether, it's him in his home or the fact that he does spend a lot of time at his Reformation Center, which is directly behind you in this building. Like, it was the larger edifice that I described when you first showed up, the one with the watchtower.
Okay, so directly next to the Baron's house is the super hell jail.
That's right. That way you can keep a close eye on other criminals like Udo here who dare speak up against the Burgomaster.
Well, that's awfully ominous. Well, you don't seem like you deserve to be chained up here. I might be able to help you out.
Oh? Great morning, Lord. That would be wonderful if you could help me out.
You wouldn't happen to know where the Burgomaster's library is?
Oh, I think it's next to this room. This room is right next to his library, his study. That way he does not need to travel far to visit little old me.
Good to know. Well, stay strong. Change might be on the winds, so hang in there, Udo. And communicating these events, Keith will deposit Harry into the pocket dimension and resummon him.
Okay, before you resummon
Down
him.
here.
Oh, down there. Okay,
Ooh.
okay. Just had to double check. If you're resummoning him down there, that's fine.
Now, I guess, in fairness, given that this is a very powerful strategy we've discovered, it is worth mentioning that, technically speaking, the familiar would probably, because it is an action to turn invisible and whatnot, the familiar would presumably be summoned visibly and would then have to use its first action to turn invisible.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
So summoning it in the Burgomaster's house would be, or in his room, would be risky, but
I will let Carrion know, as technically Karen is supposed to be, let's just say an animal, that Karen would sense some sort of rat within the library room.
rat. Ooh.
Like, if you were... actually, that is pretty relevant, considering if you first show up and you need to spend an action to turn invisible, things will go a lot differently than they would if you would show up immediately invisible.
That sounds right. I guess it's also technically worth mentioning that his default form is an imp, and he can use an action to turn into a rat, a raven, or a spider.
Okay. All right, so the three of you, four of you are reunited in this room. You weren't able to... I believe I've given you everything that you'd be able to ascertain from this room specifically, unless you have further questions you'd like to send my way. But got additional pieces to whatever puzzle you desire. Back to you all.
All right. For recap, Keith will say, the Burgomaster's library has information that I'm looking for, and it also probably has, if any place in this house has evidence that we're looking for the sake of Lydia, I think. Yeah. No, that's his wife.
Lady Fiona Wachter or Stella Wachter?
Thank you. Yes. Fiona. And which might be information on Stella. We don't know. He also just has a dude chained up immediately next to the library, which is apparently a lucky fate compared to the fucking Reformation Center that's directly next to his house.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he's into it, you know? We may kink question here, but we don't kink shame.
And if we do want to get Udo out of his containment, we need to get the key from the Burgomaster, or otherwise pick the lock, and then smuggle him down the hallway, down the stairs, past to the staff and the two guards. Could be tricky. Burgomaster, not that it's surprising, but he definitely seems like a corrupt individual, if not outright malevolent. So, considering he imprisoned a man just for basically doing a political cartoon about him. So what do you think, Julius? How should we handle this?
I'm not rightly sure. Obviously, the Burgomaster wants us to spy on Ms. Wachter. Frankly, I don't trust him as much as I trust Hall, which is also not a lot, but still.
I agree. Agreed on
Um,
both counts.
I'm not currently convinced that he's as malicious as Ms. Walkdahl would have us believe, but he definitely seems to be dangerous, if only in his naivete or possibly his willful actions are dangerous but misguided.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be genuinely of the belief that holding constant frivolous festivals actively keeps the devil at bay, as opposed to, I would have assumed, speaking to the man directly, it would have made clear that it was all an intended to distract the populace to keep spirits high, which would be understandable. He seems to have deluded himself into thinking that some kind of magical ritual protects the city for some reason. If he's just directly imprisoning any and all political opposition, though, that is might not be exactly what Fiona is looking for, though, in terms of evidence against him.
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure how to handle this going forward. Admittedly, I'm not much for subterfuge. I'm usually more the kick in doors type, if you'll forgive the irony of my position.
That's a good line.
Several sets of laughter.
You hear the
My
camera
own
person
laugh
also
track.
laugh.
I have my own laugh track.
Keith would be a great mob goon. Every time the boss makes a joke, just a fucking choir laughed.
Yeah, y'all should just be evil, like fully evil for this campaign.
This is an evil character. This is actually also like playing Julius. We all just keep making that mistake. Maybe I should just change his fucking name over. Anyway.
His name is Julius Julian, whatever his last name is.
Alvana. Anyway. Yeah, playing Julius has solidified in my mind I should probably just not try to play evil characters. I don't actually find it fun because I don't end up wanting to, like, I'm not in campaigns where you can play like fully evil, and I don't find it especially fun to even really entertain those ideas anyway. But regardless. Yeah, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really. I am much more a player that's able to, like, that's more like I can piece together where the story is going, or figure out maybe like what we gotta do to solve a puzzle in a dungeon or something, but I'm not very good at navigating delicate political landscapes.
Oh, and also, in case it matters, I've highlighted the specific trapdoor that Carrion found in the master bedroom, with the thing dangling from it, which means the only places you all haven't explored in this place are as follows. What's beyond the trapdoor up there? The Burgomaster's room, library study that Carrion would be a little averse to being shunted into.
Yeah.
And of course, the other rooms here on the first floor.
Yeah.
You could also go back to Fiona herself.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about the trapdoor. We should definitely check that out. before then, I think Carrion will try these other doors.
Okay. Let me let Carrion try this door right here. This one is room D. And according to the room D's description, white sheets cover 2 plain wooden tables in the center of this room. Neatly arranged atop one table is a complete set of polished silverware. The other table is covered with wicker baskets containing turnips and beets.
Neat. Close that door, and I guess open this one.
You actually hear some commotion coming from this other room, and it's also this room that Lady Lydia herself has retired to after leaving the waiting room that you all were in. So I just want to let you know that before. I'm sorry for hiding you. Before you open that door, I just want to let you know what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
You are still invisible?
Yeah.
Okay. You can choose to open the door if you would like, but I will let you know that it may be noticed, even if you're invisible.
Yeah. If he hears commotion, he will attempt to stealthily open the door. Not that he's particularly stealthy, but apparently stealth is his best skill. I take it back.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Well,
Interesting. What is?
Fucking
Let me
killing
hover
it.
over this. A 3. I see.
Oh, yeah.
So, a chandelier of wrought iron fitted with wax candles hangs above a polished wooden dining table. Around the table are seated several women of various ages in comfortable high-backed chairs. They wear faded clothes, drink tea, and devour cake, while Lydia herself, well-dressed and very pleased with herself, circles the table and talks excitedly about decorations for the impending festival. I'm going to reveal that to you right now, over here. As the door opens, they pause. They all look at the open door. One of the women chimes in. The door's opening on by themselves. You really should get that fixed. And then they all laugh about it and continue on with their carousing.
I think Carrion will request telepathically to be evac'd out. So Keith will.
You backed out. I like that.
All right. Well, only one more. Well, 2 more rooms, but one of them is going to be tricky. So Carrion will make his way either through teleport shenanigans or just going up by himself. Will make his way back to this room, assuming he doesn't face any opposition on the way.
Okay. I assume you just want to send Carrion along for this. You don't want to send either of you two as well.
For now.
Okay. So to recap, there is that like hanging like rope situation.
He will attempt to pull down the rope and hopefully quietly deploy whatever ladder or staircase.
How strong is your familiar, out of curiosity?
Strength score of 6.
Oh.
So not super strong, but like he's, strong as like a child or something.
Okay, I will say this is not me being mean to Carrion specifically, but I think it might be a little heavy for you to pull down.
Gotcha.
You can definitely give me an athletics roll for Carrion. I could be proven incorrect. Oh, you what? Okay, with that, despite all odds, Carrion is able to pull down the trapdoor, revealing an attic room and an unfolding wooden ladder that allows easy access.
Well, he will fly up to the attic, see what's up here.
Okay. You discover room R. This dusty 20-foot square room, you can go up a little floor, has a high-pitched ceiling that reaches its peak 20 feet above. The wooden rafters are shrouded in cobwebs. Except for an old table with a lantern on it, this room is empty.
Table with a lantern on it. Gotcha. Well, Carrion will try this door.
So
And he's invisible as a reminder.
this large attic is full of old, forgotten things draped in white sheets, apparently, despite this room's description. Piled around them are... Oh, I guess I see some of them. Piled around them are barrels, crates, trunks, and old furnishings, covered with cobwebs and dust. You can see a clear footpath through this maze.
Clear footpath. So this is visited often. Holy shit. It's a fucking huge attic. I wonder what our attic looked like.
Hulk and the X-Men series.
Damn, I could spend hours looking through this place. And maybe I will. But for now, I will, Darren will fly his way through here. I'm guessing this is like a door to a balcony or something.
I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations, but while this is happening, I was curious as to if the other characters down below would be interested in doing anything in particular, or if you're waiting to hear the results from the scouting mission from Carrion.
Keith is probably just paying attention to Carrion's messages.
Actually, I did ask that, but I will add that Carrion senses an additional threat or two or more coming from behind this door and would have that instinctual apprehension at opening this particular door. You can hear some movement from the other side, at least one set of footsteps.
Ooh. All right. Ooh. Well, he'll communicate this. So Keith will communicate it to Julius and say, well, we could try and make our way up there ourselves, though we'd have to get past the maid. And if we get caught, well, that'd be very suspicious. Or he can open it himself and see what's in there, and worst case scenario, we lose access to him for a bit.
Well, you're not simply able to send him back to the pocket dimension if it gets too dicey?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. It depends on how immediately things go catastrophically if he opens the door.
Gotcha. Well, if he'll be all right either way, might as well ask him to try.
Alright. Carrion will telepathically say, I hope this doesn't hurt too much, and open the door quietly, hopefully.
Alright, going to give me a stealth check at... Go on and give me a stealth check.
Another
Okay.
8.
Okay. Oh,
I have a +5!
I apologize. Let me give you additional information, and you don't have to go through with this door situation, as the section for this room has informed me that there's actually something on the door.
Oh.
So someone has carved a large skull into this door. Hanging from the doorknob is a wooden sign that reads, "All is not well," like in all caps. You hear a young man's voice beyond. So you can go ahead and...
Okay, so that's where the sun is.
Yeah, now I wish I left that particular section out, but this is copied and pasted word for word. Yes. Would you still... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll open the door. Why not? What could go wrong?
Let me see. What is your health? Do you have health?
Like 50, 12, 50, 10.
Wait, what?
Yes, 10 health.
Oh, 10 health. Can I ask?
You can ask me whatever you want.
No, I'll roll this damage myself.
Oh, it's all fire and poison damage. Oh, how convenient.
So, let's see. As Carrion opens the door, something activates, and Carrion takes 18 lightning damage.
Hmm. And there's not a save on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me check the spell. Uh. Dexterity saving throw. Let me check his stats. I mean,
DC 13. DC 13. Come on.
all right, open character sheet.
It's probably higher than 13.
DC 14.
Fuck. He would have survived with 1 health.
That is unfortunate.
Does he see anything before he dies?
That's a really good question. Triggers if and just open the door. Can you give me a perception check for Carrion? If you roll high enough, I'll
Yeah.
give you more information. That's pretty good.
Hey.
All right. Someone has taken old mismatched furniture and created a study in this dusty lamplit chamber. Tables are strewn with pieces of parchment on which strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of something. I will say you didn't see anyone in this room other than a number of skeletal cats.
Cool. Keith will say, "All right, well, he got hit by something. Saw some kind of study up there.
Hmm.
We could try and make our way up there if you want."
So this potion right here, is this a goat or is this a maid?
It's a maid.
Okay. And is this potion a cook?
Yes, that's correct.
Might as well try to go up there.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
the
down to
worst
set-
that could possibly happen?
I'm down to sever all relations with the second most powerful corrupt man we've run into so far.
Who was the first?
Strahd.
Mhm.
Or unless you're saying this guy is more powerful than Strahd.
I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations.
None the wiser.
The old distract the DM trick never fails.
All right, you are able to make it through without much difficulty. I have nothing exciting to say to you all about your journeys through the attic trapdoor here into the attic. The descriptions remain the same. You know, a winding path is visible through the clutter of this next room, should you choose to open it.
Keith will peer around the corner and take note of if the door at the end of the hallway is still open.
It is not open. It is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have mage hand?
I do not. I took magic stone.
Nice.
I believe my justification for taking something else besides mage hand is that I have a familiar, which could serve many of the same purposes.
Makes sense. Too bad you got him killed.
Eh, well, you know.
Fucked up, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Hmm.
Can't believe you did that.
Maybe you should open the door. You're a little sturdier than I am.
That sounds about right.
As you approach the door, you hear yet again the young man's voice beyond.
Huzzah.
Ooh, Heath, before he opens the door, will use his hat of disguise to disguise as just some dude, as Frank. Why not? It's my default go-to generic dude.
Nice.
Just so it's not like a nobleman and a scarecrow out of his nightmares shows up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, with this disguise, then I believe that Julius is interested in opening the door.
That's the idea. Yes.
Okay. Now before we do, I have a question for y'all. Would you like? I've got basically a few different options here. We can wrap up after this next scene, or I can give you 15 additional minutes to wrap up. Like, we'll either stop after this next reveal, or like 15 minutes after that. I guess it might depend on what the reveal is, but
So either immediately after we open the door, we get like a description of the room and then wrap up, or we play out the next scene after opening the door and then wrap up.
yes, I don't mind also going beyond the wrap up after this next scene. I guess it just depends on how this next scene plays out.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's try to play through this scene and probably wrap up after that.
Okay.
Once the-
So, to recap, someone has taken old, mismatched furniture and created a study in this dusty, lamplit chamber. Don't worry, nothing untoward is going to happen to Julian Julius, I'm so sorry, because as you've basically thanks to Carrion's noble sacrifice, which will, not be forgotten. Tables are strewn with pieces of parchment on which the strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of bones. A dusty rug covers the floor in front of a pine box, on which lounges. Guess I should have moved the tokens around a little bit more, but on which lounges a skeletal cat. Several more skeletal cats skulk about. Most unnerving of all is the sight of 3 small children standing with their backs to you, in the northeast corner of the room.
Cool. And the mysterious void in the middle that we can't see.
Uh-huh. That'll be revealed when we walk into the room, I guess.
In the center of the room, perched on a stool, is a thin young man with a premature streak of gray in his dark hair. He cradles an open, leather-bound book in his arms. He looks surprised and shocked to see you.
That motherfucker's actually a character in that group picture? Or is this just generic commoner token?
I think this is the actual art. Let me check. I'm pretty sure that's a unique art for this person.
Oh, cool.
Well, you coming, Keith?
Yes.
He'll say, "Who are you? What are you doing here? Get out of my room."
Your room? Oh, I apologize. I assumed that this was merely an extension of the storage in the attic.
Well, used to be. It's my room now.
Please.
So you're not here against your will or anything, are you?
Why would I be here against my will? All right, Julius was saying something.
Please pardon the intrusion, My name is Julius Alvana. I am a guest of the Burgomaster's. He's allowed me to roam the house to get a feel for the place. We are doing some work for him. I didn't mean to stumble upon your private chambers. Mr.
My name is Victor. Wasn't the door enough for you to think, oh, better not go in here?
Honestly, it was pretty ominous, but also really vague. A simple, like, do not enter may have worked better. What does all is not well mean?
Well, yeah, I guess you're not from around here. There's signs all over town that keep saying, all is well, Wolf's Head Festival of fuck, I don't know. All sorts of... all is well, that's what my dad keeps saying. But you'll see that he's scribbling on a different page of his notebook. Note to self, write, do not enter on door.
So you're the Burgomaster's son, I assume?
Yeah.
Ah, well, it is a pleasure to meet you then, Victor.
Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you too. Sorry, I don't talk to people.
Are those mannequins in the corner?
Oh.
Says pointing at the children.
Right, yes. Let's see, what are they? They seem to be painted wooden dolls dressed in clothing. So Victor will say, these are my students. They've been very bad. That's why they're in the corner.
Ah, yes. And what is it that you teach, if I may ask?
Magic. Maybe I could teach you a thing or two. If you're good, you won't be in the corner.
Maybe.
I'm not especially attuned to the arcane practices.
Ah.
I feel I would find myself much in the corner far too quickly.
Ah. He looks a little disappointed, actually, to hear that.
I know some magic, so you might be able to help me.
Yeah, he lights up, actually. He says, if you could... Oh, if I could. Right? That's right. I could teach you a thing or two. He, claps his hands together. Please, have a seat. And he gestures you towards the chair, I guess, over there to the side. Alrighty. So, something of a magician, I see. Tell me, what do you know?
Well, I can do something like this, and it'll cast prestidigitation and do some just magical sparks, little flashes of light.
Ooh, okay. Yes, there's much you can learn here. Out of curiosity, of course. What is that particular incantation called?
Oh, this, I believe they call it prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation, I see. Okay, alright, okay. You see he's scribbling things down. Okay. Yes. I know a bit of magic myself. He kind of looks excited to explain to you all. But for example, these cats, he gestures towards the skeletal cats. I made these myself. They are my steadfast companions, he says. One of them hopping into his lap.
You animated these yourself, did you?
That's right. I did it all myself. He looks pleased.
And what
with
was
himself.
that incantation called?
Well, actually, let me double check this. I wonder if it's this one.
Create undead.
Animate dead.
He'll say it's a variation of the animate dead spell. See, the animate dead really only works on humanoids, and abilities are not. So I had to adjust some things, just some sigils, aspects of the spell, and I got these guys.
That is actually quite impressive.
Thank you, thank you. I've got all sorts of spells in here. He like flips through. I've got, so this one's animate dead, and he like kind of like holds up the book to you like sideways, kind of like an excited child would show someone, or I guess, yeah. I've got this. I've got blight. I've got a lot of fun spells in here. Glyph of warding.
Did you say light or blight?
Blight.
Whoa.
With a B. A glyph of warding, which you seem to. Did you guys trigger that? There was I put a glyph of warding on the door, but you both seem to be pretty unscathed.
No, we weren't fried by any magic as we entered, so I don't think so.
Oh. Perhaps there's more to you all than meets the eye. But yes, if there's anything you could teach me, perhaps you teach me, I teach you situation.
Sure, I could use animate dead. Let's see. What could I teach you? I could teach you. Well, it's sort of in the same wheelhouse. How about speak with dead?
Oh. Interesting. Okay. All right. That sounds pretty interesting to me. But before we get into this transactional interchange, what was it you all were doing up here again?
Oh, we're trying to gather information on a sort of investigation your father has us going on.
Oh? Well, it wasn't me, was it? Nothing to investigate up here.
We weren't sure about that, which is why we came up here.
Oh.
But we didn't know you were here.
Yes. I practice magic up here, but nothing worth investigating. That's for sure.
You wouldn't have any inkling about the staff that's gone missing from this place, would you?
No. Why would I have an inkling about what happened to the staff? If they want to, I don't know if they don't want to work here anymore. If they want to leave.
Does he have an inkling about the staff?
Can you give me an insight check?
No.
He sounds pretty clearly like he has an inkling about the staff.
Yeah, he does.
He is lying. He is very uncomfortable with your route of questioning. He was very excited to, maybe swap spells with you, but now he's not really
now,
comfortable.
You don't need to be nervous. We're just trying to make sure everything's on the up and up. You can tell us.
Can you
not in any trouble?
Can you roll me a persuasion check? Will be a very important persuasion check, by the way. That's pretty good. All right. Like, he's seen your magic. You did the sparks and stuff, and he'll say, he's kind of like, he has his arms crossed with the book in hand. He's kind of like shifting in place, and he'll say, well, you seem reasonable. I guess I might know some things. But he kind of looks at Julius and says, wait. So if you know some magic, what can I ask? What do you bring to the table? Are you like LeBron? Are you?
One could say that, yes.
Yeah, he's been pretty handy in a fight.
He vaguely nods at the long sword on his back.
Oh, are you one of those wolf hunters that I see in town sometimes?
Someone mentioned that the other day. I'm not familiar. I think the term most commonly used for people in my line of work is simply adventurer.
Oh, you're an adventurer. Oh, so you must have grand stories, tales to tell.
Not much as of yet, unfortunately. I'm rather early in my career. We have encountered some interesting things on our travels, though.
Oh, Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you all might be able to. You both seem competent. Hard to find competent people around these days. He will kind of like walk over to this table here and like put his hands like flat on the table as if he's like deep in thought. I work on magic here, you know. I adjusted the animate with dead spell. I've got a new spell in the works. And he will go over to this rug. And he will pull the rug. And you'll notice that there is a circle on the floor. It's been inscribed. It looks like it's got like some runes going around the circumference of the circle. And he'll say, "This is what I have been working on. And my brave volunteers may have been teleported somewhere far away," say, looking kind of sheepish.
Teleportation circle?
It looks like a teleportation circle, but it is not like the traditional ones you may have seen or read about. He'll say, kind of like looking at you, "You seem like an individual who is practiced. I was wondering if you could take a look, give me tips, tell me what I can fix."
Well, I'm not as well versed in teleportation magic, but I can certainly give it a look.
Okay. If you're interested in giving it a look, I'll need a DC 15 Arcana check from you.
I was afraid it was going to be Arcana, but here we go.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, this one's a little out of my wheelhouse, unfortunately.
Okay. He'll kind of turn to Julius and say, "Oh, what about you? I know you're not a magician, but I was wondering if as an adventurer you'd seen anything like this on your travels."
Looks at -1 in Arcana.
Can't be worse than the existing -1 in Arcana.
Fair point.
Oh,
Oh boy. I am
Was like the
very
top. I have actually seen something remarkably similar to this back at some point on my travels. Though I believe you might have a couple of these runes written backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll point out the things that I think he's done wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. I'm going to send in our Discord channel, spoilered, the information I'm providing you because you critically succeeded on that. That is a very, very good net 20. So here is your information. You can choose to word this however you would like. You do sense that if you swap the two runes, it will probably adjust it in a way that will not have these effects I've just sent you in the Discord.
Incredible.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I will. I'll I will stifle a laugh a little bit and point out to Victor like, ah, yes, I have seen something remarkably similar in my travels. I do believe that a couple of adjustments should be made. At the moment, it doesn't look like it's going to be functioning quite properly. I'll list out the adjustments that he could make.
His eyes light up even more as he starts to make those adjustments. He'll say, "Oh, that one should." He like gets down on his hands and knees. He's like erasing one of the runes. He's like looking at the other one and making sure to trace it just right, and then he erases that one over there, and replaces it with. Well, he grabs his book. Like he forgot his book for this. He's gonna grab the book. He's gonna come back to the ground and then like flip through the pages looking for the rune that was originally in the location that he erased, and then like he'll find the right rune, and then he'll like scribble it in, and he'll say, "Oh, okay, this is good. Would anyone like to test it out?" He'll like look at you both expectantly.
Well, the first question must be, if this is a teleportation spell, where is it supposed to teleport one to?
That's a good question. Sigils of 3 placement.
He says.
I'm not quite sure. I know that they lead somewhere else in Barovia. I haven't been able to ascertain the location of these permanent teleportation circles. There's 3 other ones that this leads to.
I see. Interesting. Let's see. Do I want my character to just fucking take his own life into his own hands here? To real questions.
You can say no, I will say.
While I definitely find the prospect interesting, I am immediately concerned about the idea of the return trip, as I do not have the ability to cast such a spell myself from my end, wherever I were to land.
It's okay. It's okay. You'll probably land somewhere with a permanent teleportation circle, one of the other 3 permanent ones, and then you wouldn't need to use the spell itself to get back. And I can go with you if we both stand right here, distant from the center. If something were to go wrong, I could just teleport us back.
Why don't we all go then?
Yeah, that sounds stupid enough to walk. Let's do it.
Wait, yes, let's all go.
I am confident
Oh, Lord have
in
mercy.
Lightning's Lightning's probably not going to TP Chaos, so or will he? Well, if he does, we'll find out.
It'd be a funny way for us to go.
Okay. Both Victor and I are very excited about what is about to transpire. He's got the book in his hand and he begins reciting some incantations, if you all are amenable to this idea.
Sure, fuck it. It sounds stupid enough to be entertaining. Can't wait to find out that a mage with enough gumption and potions of fire resistance can put a teleportation circle at the bottom of an active volcano.
Okay. As Victor recites the incantations, you'll see the lyrics of what he's saying appears kind of in front of him. Then in lines at a time, like a first line, a second line, you'll see that the various runes around the circle below you begin to glow. They begin to glow a purple color. And one by one, each rune lights up. Before long, every single rune around the circle and its edges is fully lit up. Purple light emanates from the bottom of the circle, blanketing all three of you. And where you're headed next, you'll have to see next time.
Fair enough.
So did your other party do this?
Let me figure out how to explain what happened with my other party here.
The other
They
party
killed
did this
Victor.
with the first characters.
Yeah.
You know, I actually can't answer that question specifically.
Cool.
No, let me go. I'll pull up. We'll do that. We'll do this one. Okay. Let me put the under overlay back on. Okay, so the other party did not themselves use the portal, but the bard / changeling of the party was the one who adjusted the circle. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I can pull up the art that transpired because of what happened, I think.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Now that things are coming to light that I'm trying to remember. So this is the bard.
Ominous.
I don't remember if this was this circle or a different situation, but the bard did get to go on a little journey for a little while, separate from the rest of the party.
Cool. So we're about to go on a filler episode.
Well,
A side quest, if you will.
I will say, I'm not going to say this is going to happen to you all specifically. I have to look at some things, some factors, you know, the windows, that the sigils and the way they were placed and everything. But this particular party member did teleport straight into Castle Ravenloft and got to hang around there for a little while.
Nice.
Cool. I like that you telling us that means that doesn't necessarily guarantee we're gonna go there.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, are you just gonna roll like a d6 and that's gonna determine which of the three we go to?
It is going to be quite a, because, you know, as much as I would love to throw you all in there, I am going to leave it a little up to chance.
Cool.
Man, did not expect this to go this way, because again, the full party didn't go through here. It was just the bard. I'm glad you all went in together. It makes things easier for me, so I don't have to go back and forth like literally thousands of miles just to be like, all right. So, or maybe it's not thousands. I don't know my dimensions properly. Sorry, that's thousands of feet. That's 5,280 feet in a mile. You know, I don't have to go dozens of miles away. Like, okay, we're at Castle Ravenloft. Okay, we're back at Vallaki. You know. I'm trying to remember how they got back because I'm actually blanking on how they got reunited with the party. Oh, I think I know how if you all end up going to Castle Ravenloft again, there's like a 33% chance. I know how you can get back, but we'll see how the other two plan out. Man, I'm actually tempted. I just want one of y'all to roll this. So, but I won't ask for that until I lay down exactly like which numbers would be. Okay, like anything divisible by 3 is Castle Ravenloft. Anything if it's like 1, then it's gonna be that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
All right, GG's.